What's up? What's happening, folks? Welcome back to the channel Sports, Life, and Politics TV. I'm Samuel Koppel. I'm here for the news. And here recently, a young man who went to the wrong house and rang the doorbell was shot in the head. Now, he wasn't arrested immediately. It took some time. And what they were saying, they was trying to use like it was a stand your ground law or it was something that, he was in fear for his life. But you can't be in fear for your life by somebody ringing your doorbell. By that standard, that means the mailman can't come, ring the doorbell. The pizza man can't come, ring the doorbell. Your neighbor can't come, ring the doorbell. Anybody who rings your doorbell, you have the license to blow their head off. And that's just not true. And they did eventually arrest this man. As you can see, it's the older gentleman to the right of the screen at the top. And he's 85 years old. So even when they give him some time in jail, it's basically a life sentence because he's so old. He's going to die in jail. He might die before he even goes to court. But thank God, this young man, Ralph Yarz, was able to survive because he was shot point blank range in the head and he was shot in the arm. But he was able to survive. But we're going to take a look at the clip and see if we can't draw some clues and see what the hell's going on with this case.
Thursday this past week, little boy was sent out by his mom to go pick up his two younger brothers. His two younger brothers had been at a friend's house, but this young man, 16-year-old young man, rough. He got confused by the address. He accidentally rang the doorbell at the wrong house on a nearby street, one street over. He's going to what he thought was the house where his younger twin brothers were staying with a friend. He went by accident to the wrong house on a neighboring street. An 85-year-old white man who lived at that house answered the door, and according to court documents, when the man saw 16-year-old Ralph Yarz on his doorstep, shot him twice, shot him once in the head, then opened his door and shot him once in the arm. According to prosecutors, Ralph Yarz never entered the man's home. He was shot through the glass of the front door for the first shot. Miraculous.
I mean, he must have just looked out the door and said nigger and started shooting. I mean, for him to shoot somebody like that without even asking any questions, that means it had to have been racially motivated. There's just no way. He's been dying to shoot a black person his whole life. That's if this ain't the first black person. This might be, ain't no tell. I don't know. I don't want to insinuate that, but obviously he's been dying to shoot a black person. That's what it comes across as. Because you don't shoot people this fast.
Ralph Yarz survived. He got up and he ran away. He reportedly had to go to 3 homes before someone agreed to help him. Yarz has been in the hospital since.
And when he got shot, he got up and ran to different people's houses, and them people did not want to help him. And he was in a mostly white neighborhood. You know what I mean? And black people be so eager to go move with the white man, but then when the shit hit the fan and the white man don't want to help him, or the white people want to help him, now you want to look like a fool. And now you want to complain and say nobody wants to help me. Now, if you was black and you was bleeding like that, somebody hurry up and call the police for you. Hey man, let me get 911 on the phone. At the very least, even if I don't come outside with you, I'm gonna get somebody on the phone.
Thursday night, but he was discharged this afternoon. He's now at his home recovering. His mom is a nurse. She's caring for him. Tonight, Monday night, 4 days after the shooting took place, the county prosecutor announced that the man who shot Ralph Yarz will be charged in the shooting.
And his name is Andrew Lester,
Charged with 2 felony counts.
the man who shot Ralph.
The first-degree assault. When the prosecutor announced the charges, he said there was, quote, a racial component.
Of course it was.
It is the mayor. Sorry. Thank you so much for being here. I know this is a bit time for you. First, let me just ask you if I explained that in a way which is with your understanding of these events. If I got anything wrong, or if there's anything important that I left out.
I've read the house charges. Not, I should say, 5-year-old man, not because he, and I say, I've seen it, or because this is a kid who's mother, homo community privately last week. What is that?
This young man is accomplished. He's a musician, superintendent of North Kansas School Space. He's an excellent student, maintains a stellar GPA while taking college level courses. Lots of people going on about his talent as a musician, his affiliation with the Metropolitan Youth Orchestra and the marching band. Can you tell us anything about his musician, how he
I talked to his mother today. She's a strong woman. I can tell her a hard time just also a number of questions about why it happened.
You know what I always think about? Why, when black men are politicians, why is it they always don't have no hair nowhere on their face or head? Why are they always bald headed and not a beard or mustache or nothing? I'm just wondering.
There because of this. But do you lose in exchange? I will do. You will lose in exchange. While black. But we need to work on it. Kansas City. How do we make sure that all that is clear? Not right. This is not something that's a black youth, of black people. You talked about it through the entire show. To not have a narrative.
Every time nigga get shot, there go all this damn praying. I talked about that in the other video with the mass shooting in Alabama. And it's just this big prayer fest. And I believe in the Bible and I believe in prayer. But by God, you can't just pray everything. Sometimes take action. You can't. Now, I'm not talking about action and going to her, but you got to be more action than just saying that we shall overcome and swing low, sweet chariot. This is outrageous.
One of the things that I've seen discussed in the wake of this is the so-called Stand Your Ground law, which Missouri's had for a number of years now, since at least 2016. Is there any sense in which that Stand Your Ground law is implicated here? Obviously, this is a gun crime. In fact, this is exactly prosecuted as a crime. This is a shooting that existed, was only able to exist because the gun owner possession of this weapon. But the way you are allowed to use your weapon is governed in this according to
Richard Maddow got a hell of an Adam's apple on her, don't you?
law that's designed effectively for home invasion. Is something like that going to be implicated here? Rung the doorbell was a threat to this family or this home, but nevertheless, those sorts of laws are seen in other places, having muddied the waters around encounter something.
We have seen how the exchange on these things. I said this earlier, I'll repeat it again. If this is the sort of thing that's coming to be US postal worker,
Yeah.
Amazon delivery,
Yeah.
Girl Scout volunteer, anybody not there on the
100%. Yes.
and I think they're not just my father recognize the additional black people disproportionately. It concerns me. White people.
And I don't want to leave out the black people shooting other black people. Well, we got that problem too. So you don't leave that shit out and make it like this case is, but his case has nothing to do with cases of gang violence. People always want to try to group that in. Well, what about black? Well, what that got to do with this young kid going to pick up his brothers? That has nothing to do with him. He was doing everything he was supposed to do. He was on the honor roll. He was in the orchestra. He had his head on straight. He was on the honor roll. I mean, he had everything going in his direction the right way. So he shouldn't be grouped in and looped in with all the rest of that. But at the same time, there's a lot of shit that Negroes need to work on. But I always want to make that distinction that this case has nothing to do with those other cases of hooligans and damn fools out here shooting each other up.
More than that, I hope and I pray, I don't know if it will happen. These legislators that are trying to about guns to be used to
He already said he hope, he pray, but he know behind the scenes ain't none of that happening.
these fans in any situation finally say, you know what, this is a good kid, not deserve this. And what they're just of gun laws and of gun rights and protections. People are using it outside their homes, not standing inside his home. This guy, black person at his foot. This needs to be put back against.
I don't think he was scared of that black person ass door. I think he wanted to blow a black person away, and he got to do damn near do it. But thank God the young man survived.
Common sense aren't threatening lives of our sons and daughters, our community.
But I just want to go over that clip right quick, you guys, and talk about Ralph Yards, who was shot in the head and shot in the arm, was able to survive through the grace of God. And, you know, it's one of those things. This is just dumb luck for him and racially motivated for this other guy. But this has been Sports Life and Politics TV. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm Samuel Koppel. I'm here for the news. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. I just took your ass on one hell of a it's hard to be black ride. Peace.